Did John Eastman ever admit, or in front of the president, that his proposal would violate the Electoral Count Act?
I believe he did on the 4th.
That was January 4th, 2 days before the attack on Congress.
And Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution and for the good of our country. And if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I will tell you right now.
I'm telling you what, I'm hearing the Pence just caved.
No.
Is that true? I'm hearing reports that Pence caved. No, I'm telling you, if Pence caved, we're going to drag through the streets. You politicians are going to get drugged through the streets. Yeah.
I guess the hope is that there's such a show of force here that Pence will decide to do the right thing, according to Trump.
Bring it out! Bring it out! Bring out Pence! Bring him out! Bring out Pence! Bring it out! Bring out Pence!
More of that damning testimony from evidence being shown at the January 6 hearings just over on Thursday, talking about how Donald Trump knowingly directed his mob at his vice president, Mike Pence, for finally standing up to him and saying, listen, I can't do anything more. I've done everything I can and more. This is just the situation. He knew this, he was told this, as you saw in a little bit of that testimony there, and then also unleashed his mob on him, as we saw in that as well. This is more about Trump's response, but I do want to point out something from that, all those clips there, that guy that's walking through and saying Mike Pence caved. He said, maybe a show of force, but this is a show of force to maybe make him do the right thing, according to Trump. So that is what their approach to democracy in America should be now. Show of force and force the vice president to do what we tell him to do. Not anything that's within the law, not anything that's in the Constitution or the way that our democracy works. We show force and then he does what we tell him to do.
Yeah, I don't think
that's the kind of America they want.
That's not a democracy. That's not how our country works. And honestly, I think about that clip, those kinds of clips all the time. It's almost kind of like triggering to watch. And we should really be concerned about the fact that the only reason that didn't go the way that Trump would have wanted is because Pence happened to show a little bit of a spine, have one moment of doing the right thing. How close we came to our democracy really being in peril. And so, I wonder the next time that we find ourselves in this situation, what will happen? And so I think it really is something that I really feel that Americans need to contend with, how close we came. And this, I'm sorry to say, I don't think this will be the last time that we're dealing with something like this. And it should be really scary.
Well, it's either really scary or it's really inspiring for some, because I think some people are watching this and thinking, oh, we're so close, maybe we can do this differently, and we got it. Donald Trump has been watching these hearings as well, but he's not too happy about what's being shown because it's probably a little hitting too close to home. He went to Truth Social to scream about it. Let's go to some of those messages there. He says the fake news networks are perpetuating lies, falsehoods, and Russia type disinformation. Same sick people, here we go again. By allowing the low-rated, but nevertheless one-sided and slanderous unselected committee hearings go endlessly and aimlessly on and on and on. It's a one-sided, highly partisan witch hunt. The partisan part about it is all the Republicans that worked with him that are exposing him right now. The likes of which have never been seen in Congress before. Therefore, I'm hereby demanding equal time to spell out the massive voter fraud and democratic security breach. He also followed up with one more post that just simply said, I demand equal time. You're a loser. So first off, really fast, because he likes to mention low ratings and all that stuff as if it mattered anyway. Let's dive into what that actually was. So Trump had said several times in that the hearings with their bombshell revelations and witnesses drawn from the heart of his administration and family are, quote, low rated. The primetime first hearing attracted almost 20 million viewers across the broadcast networks, not including streaming services. And one of those viewers was Donald J. Trump, because he's screaming about how he wants equal time. By the way, how about we go to those equal time? There was moments, he's been talking about this since right before he lost the election in 2020. So we're talking about time. He's had so much time that he's had people like this talk about it.
This was attacked. The whole technology was attacked. We expected that, but we do have a backup plan. It'll be probably another 5 minutes. And I want all you guys to know that out there, that this is why, because I need to get the word out. We can't even get the word out to the people that are frankspeech.com because they blocked the thing. But this is part of what I'm going to talk about today. This is the cover-up. This is the absolute cover-up of the worst crime in history. Now, I'll show you over here. You see this data that's running there. That's cyber data from what I've got. Let's see if it's moving. Yeah, it's not rotating yet, but that'll go in an endless stream for days.
Equal time strike one with Mike Lindell. He tried again. There was more equal time. There was an attorney that worked for him. I forget his name, but he had a devastating equal time when he decided to prove these election frauds. Watch this.
Wow, what a beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you for coming. So I'm here on behalf of the Trump campaign as an attorney for the president, of about, I'd say 50 to 60 poll watchers who will all testify that they were uniformly, deprived, even when a court order was obtained to allow the Republican inspectors to get 6 feet closer. They moved the people counting the ballots 6 further feet away.
There's his press conference at the Four Seasons Total Landscaping, that famous event there. That is the kind of equal time that Donald Trump wants to explain himself. Mike Lindell for a year and a half straight screaming about how Trump is coming back every 3 months. And then how Rudy Giuliani gets in front of a press conference, drips things down his face, also steps in front of Four Seasons Total Landscaping while helicopters fly over his head. This is the kind of equal time he wants. If he wants it, he's had it, but so far it's not produced much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that you underscored that. It has not produced much. If there was all of this evidence of this rampant voter fraud and rampant voter irregularity that he's talking about, we would have seen the evidence by now. He has released nothing. And so I think by now, everybody in his camp must know these claims are bunk. And, equal time for what? To keep repeating the same nonsense, debunked BS claims over and over again. And I think he's really showing us who he is. I think that if Trump runs again, it's going to be the same nonsense over and over again, where when something doesn't go the way that he likes, when an election doesn't go his way, he's gonna claim voter fraud, election tampering, all of that stuff that we know is nonsense. I think that it's the same thing over and over and over again with these people.
The fact they bring up the Russia stuff, and if nothing else, the fact that we're seeing all of this election tampering and trying to fix votes and find votes in certain states and all that he was doing, if nothing else, it allows for the other accusations to be more believable because it's right up his alley. He likes to interfere with elections. This is being proven out right now in the January 6th committee hearings, but he wants equal time. Hey, I'll give him more time. It's fun. We get more sound bites like that of all the nonsense.